Morning world, welcome to Tuesday 30th of January, and I'm afraid today's video is going to have to start with right, cattle are checked. They're okay for an hour or two, so we can go. So the story for today begins at about 10 to 7 this morning when I get a message from my brother. I didn't really understand the message to begin with because it was one word and it said reported. This was on WhatsApp, by the way. So I had to unlock my phone and go into WhatsApp because obviously it only showed the last message, and it came up with a council report sheet for reporting fly tipping. And I'm going, oh God, what now? And then scrolled up and there's a photograph of a pile in one of our gateways. And then I noticed I had a couple of messages on Instagram, including one from Meg, locally, thank you Meg. And she also sent me a photograph of what we're now going to go and look at, and told me that she'd also reported it as well. So I appreciate that, Meg. Thank you very much indeed. So yeah, thankfully, there's nothing urgent that has to be done at home. I mean, this isn't urgent, going and looking at this muddle, but they've got enough grub and the beds are okay, so I'm okay to leave them for an hour or so. So we're going to go over to the farm and just have a look-see what the very nice, kind, low-life scumbag, I won't use the last word I was thinking of, have left us. So it has been reported to the council by at least two individuals, so I don't think I need to report it again. But yeah, we're going to have a look and we'll just show you some of the things that we have to put up with. And this isn't just me local, this is across the country where we have these low-life scumbag individuals who think it's okay to go and tip their rubbish in or on other folks' property and just bugger off. It boils my P155. £1.45 a litre for diesel. Right, just gone past Richard's. Remind me we got a call in there on the way back. I've got to pay him some money. Richard's booked the plane tickets and the accommodation for our trip to the Royal Highland Show. It was easier just for one person to book it, and so I just said, you book it and I'll come and pay you whatever I owe you. So he's told me how much I owe him, so we'll drop that in on the way back, then I'm debt free again. And then I might actually be going back over there again this afternoon. I'll have a chat with him about that first, but I've got something he wants or needs, and I said I will drop it in when I'm passing with the Land Rover, and I had intended to come over here this afternoon with the Land Rover to bring something home, so I can maybe kill two birds, one stone. Does mean I'm driving over here twice, but I know what'll happen. If I don't come over here first thing, the council around here are pretty good. There's a reasonable chance that this pile of what we're about to go and look at will be gone in a few hours. May already be gone. I mean, it's 9 o'clock. I mean, they have to be right on the ball if they've done it already. But yeah, the only way I'm going to show you the stuff we have to put up with sometimes is by getting there quick, videoing it, then I'll call in and see me dad, go back, sort out all the livestock and the animals, make sure everything is happy there, and then depending on Mr. Cornock's timetable, we may be back over to his place later this afternoon. That's the plan. And here we go, the big reveal is gone. Wow. I mean, fair play to the council. It is not even 9 o'clock in the morning and they come and cleared it away. So all I can do now is share with you the photograph, the 2 photographs I have that folks sent me this morning of what was there, so you will have an idea. So here's the photograph. I'm still going to have a look, check, make sure there's no nails or, I mean, obviously roof tiles again, so it's the same people. But there was a big old IBC tank here. Yeah, still a few bits to pick up. I might just have a little bit of a tidy up the last bits, because this is what we don't want. This. In that gateway. Oh God. All right, I'm gonna have to get on my hands and knees and pick up all these nails. So we're gonna be here half an hour or so. I need a bag or something to put this lot in. So we've got a selection of useful-ish bits. Actually, that's this bit of wood. Bag of screws. Selection of screws, nails. I mean, some of these would be a real pain in the bum to get them in the tyre, because some of them can do some real damage. I really hate fly tippers. More nails. So I picked some of these up from right in the road. So it's not just us that will be affected by this. It's anybody else who wants to drive any type of vehicle, even a push bike, up or down this road, are affected by these idiots. Quick look at the sheep while we're here. Yes, there are sheep on the farm down here. I don't think they're escaping out of there. Not in a hurry anyway. Right, that's enough. It's sheep. They're white and woolly and eat grass and taste all right. That's about it really, isn't it? Oh yeah, and make jolly warm knickers and jumpers. Norfolk temporary zone, more blue tongue. So every time another case of blue tongue pops up, offer let me know. I mean, it's right over that way, a couple of 100 miles. But that's not to say it won't spread. It's mild, and apparently the ministry are still catching midges, which is the main spreader of this disease, or virus. Anyway, yeah, as I was going to say, I'm only mildly disappointed that the pile of rubbish is gone and that I couldn't show it you. I'm more relieved and really grateful, I must say, to South Gloucestershire District Council. Their guys, all right, they didn't pick up every last single nail, but I doubt this is the only place in the county they've got to go and pick rubbish up from, so I don't begrudge the last little bit of picking up the nails. They've taken by far the lion's share of it. neither of us, neither them nor me, should have to do this at all. But how do you catch these folks? I mean, there is a camera on that barn up there, and it is 24/7 recording, but it only just reaches this gate. And to be honest, I don't think it's going to catch enough evidence to actually see what's going on. If this happened in the middle of the night, the infrared on that camera is not going to reach this far. They're not close enough to switch the big security light on in the barn. So I think all we're going to have is the picture of some lights and stuff, and it just won't. But do we have to then spend the money, resources, whatever else? And because there's no point in putting a camera in the gateway here. This is a little lane here, and what you really want is a camera at both ends. Like the councilman said, what you want is a video that catches the vehicle registration plate coming in full with the timeline on it, and another video facing the other way of the vehicle coming out empty, so that catches the number plate and the timeline. He said, and if as long as you've got a picture of what's on the back and you can say that's definitely that, and he went in there full and come out empty, that's him, we'll crush his vehicle. Shame they don't leave the bugger in it with it. But yeah, these folks just have no respect. None. They honestly and truly don't care. They probably don't even care that I call them names. It's like, so what? They don't care. They really, really just don't care. So, what? Was there something you wanted? Every time I come out of my dad's, it's the same thing. Every time. What do you want? What do you want, biscuit? She's gonna tap that red jam jar lid in a minute, because that's what she wants. What do you want? She said, I want you to get that bloody camera out of my face and give me a biscuit now. Is that what you want? Only a couple, all right? Because you'll get FAT. You're welcome. Anyway, don't tell Dad, but I've just chucked all those nails and that plastic and stuff I picked up from the gateway in his bin. He won't mind, especially if he doesn't know. So we are on our way to see Mr. C. I had to dart out of our driveway a bit quick then. There was a black, one of those behind, and I didn't see him, and he was coming quickly, and I had to boot it, and I didn't like it, and yeah, he's probably cussing me, going, you bloody pulled it in front of me, oh, bloody farmer. So at least when I realised I pulled out in front of you, I got out of the way. So the only thing worse than somebody pulling out in front of you is that they pull out and then dawdle. If you make the error and you've pulled out and you're not missed, just get out the way. Don't dawdle. Right then, 9:45, he might still be milking. Should be finished by now, but he might be. He's not on the edge trimmer because that's at the yard. Right, let's go catch him. Right, we are back to the farm. We are debt-free again, so paid my debt to Mr. Cornock. You guys are all right in there for a minute. Your food's okay. You're a little bit mucky in there, so we might have to give you a bit of a refresh. I've got to think ahead now because next week we're TB testing. So, and I need to be able to move cattle from there into there and vice versa. So I think we might well be using the little gate here and put a couple of hurdles, or the big gate. I suppose I could do either or. A couple of hurdles because we've got to TB test the girls, and then of course we've got to do that lot in there. So I need to throw them out either by putting them all the way around in there, which I could do, and then bring them in, which means bringing them away. Or I just, if the weather's not too bad, the girls can actually go outside. I'm really hoping we don't have any calves by then, because that will complicate things quite a lot. So if we can please wait until after TB before you start dropping calves, girls, that would be really, really helpful. But yeah, so we've only got the race and the handling system in this side, and so all of these guys and all of those guys have to go through that race. We do have enough hurdles and enough handling stuff, but I can make things, I can make it work. But I have to be thinking about that now, and putting a bale in there. Don't think I've got a choice. I think I've got to put a bale in there, and we'll just have to do what we have to do with it. So, I mean, in a week, most of it will be gone, he says, because it is kind of this time next week, we'll be doing this. So that's going to be a stressful few days. Right, okay, so I think today we're probably just going to have a refresh in here, and then tomorrow we'll have a full muck out. So this afternoon, I was going to be going over to Tudor Farm and picking up the ring feeder. I want that so I can put it in the middle of here. I'll clean all this out, obviously. Put it in the middle of here, and that is for TB testing as well, but I don't need it until next week. So I spoke to Mr. Corlock up there, having some wood chip off me for the garden, but today's not a good day for me to deliver it to him. He said, could you do it the weekend? So I think that's what we're going to do. Saturday or Sunday, we're going to take a load of wood chip over for Sam, Mrs. C, for her garden. And then, so I'll drop that off on the way over, and I'll bring the ring feeder back. As long as that's here for the end of next weekend, and in there with a bale in it, that'll do. We can work with that. So, right. I also need that gate back in there, don't I? Okay, so where did I use that? I think that's around the other side. So, yeah. Okay, so loads of things to do, ready for next week, but they need a fresh bed. The cows are pretty much almost due for a bale on their side. We'll go and look at that. If they need a bale, we'll go and do that first, which will kick them out. Well, they'll want to go out, and then we can give them some fresh bedding inside. So yeah, sorry, this afternoon, I'm not going over to Cornox, I'm not going over to the farm, but apparently I might be going to Wales. I might be taking a little road trip with my daughter over the Severn Bridge, the old bridge I think, and 30 miles into Wales to go and look at a kitchen unit for her. So yeah, we may have found one. Ooh, you're bagging up. You're not really, but that's one that is bagging a bit. You've changed shape a bit as well, but you're not bagging up. Go on, in you go. She is though. I just know that we're going to have calves right when we don't want them to, because that's just the way it is. These guys are still a bit loose, but it's still early days. Week 10 days, we'll know if that wormer has worked. So, but it isn't getting as mucky as quick. I have noticed that. Yeah, I've decided to go bottom side today because although it's not that windy, it's blowing all straight in my face. happy for a while. Right, I think I need one for the steer, the ball and the steers, but I don't know. So we'll let the cows through, let them have that, and then we'll walk around and check that before we go and spike another bale. Right, there's a little bit of spoilage on the bottom of this bale, but I don't think it's very deep, literally inch or so. They'll go around and break into that, they'll probably pull that out and chuck it on the floor, but what's behind is literally just an inch deep, so wet got stuck in there. Okay, before I open that gate, this is the quickest way to check their bale. It's a bit mucky in here, but not terrible. They're all right for an hour, so might do that before we go to Wales, or maybe when we come back. We'll see. They're not hungry anyway, they're okay. If I plonk a new bale on top of that now, what's in the bottom there, bearing in mind it's silage, will spoil, and there's no point in letting it spoil. Let them eat what they're there, and then, oh lovely. Timed that perfectly. Right, that's then sorted out. Mrs. P and Holly are back from Booker's, so there's a reasonable chance there's a cup of coffee at the house for me, so we'll go up and have that and work out what we're doing this afternoon. And if we're not going, I might just put the pressure washer over that instead. So